Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to your 12 p.m. stretch break. TJ here. So for today's 15-minute class, we will just need a mat, and let's get started. So we're going to start in this kind of kneeling position. So where our hands are directly underneath our shoulders, hips or knees are directly underneath our hips, and they're both shoulder width apart. And I want you to round your back up like a cat. And we're going to treat this a little differently than we would, but we are going to sit back onto those heels slowly. And then I want you to come back up onto your hands, still keeping that cat position or that arch in your back. And then move back down, bringing the hips closer to your heels. And then one last time, still arching that back. And bringing it back to where your shoulders are over your hands. And then sit back slowly onto those heels. Nice job. All right. So taking that arch out of your back, we are now going to go into child's pose. So hands are out in front of you. And still sitting back onto the heels. And just feeling that stretch through your low back, into your upper back. So while you were doing that stretch, that the next piece of this, so it's still that child's pose, I want you to bring one arm underneath and to the opposite side. And so my left hand is going to be out in front of me. I'm going to take my right hand, I'm going to swoop it right underneath. And we're just going to continue to hold this position. Nice job. So still feeling it through the low back. You've got your upper back. All right, so let's switch hands. So now the right hand is going to be in front, still in that child's pose position. Take that left hand, swoop it right underneath you. So that little space between your arm and the floor. Nice job. All right, so we're going to come back onto hands and knees. So again, hands are still directly underneath our shoulders. Our knees are directly underneath our hips. And now this time, I want you to just open. So taking your right hand and just twist the upper body. And just, again, it's all about this rotation of the upper body. And so open it. And when you're getting ready, bring it down to starting position. Take your left hand, rotate. And then bring it down to that starting position. Do it again. Nice job. Left side. And one last and final time. So right hand, twist the body. Just doing what you can. And last time. Excellent. All right, so still in this whole, well, not kneeling position, but your left leg is going to be bent. The right leg is going to be bent, but the knee is down on the ground. And we're just going to push that hip forward, feeling that stretch through the front of the hip. So if it's helpful, you can rest both of your hands on your left leg, unless you are doing the opposite side. And from there, we are now going to extend that leg that was in front of us. We're now going to extend that leg straight. And I just want you to lean forward. But both hands, you got one hand on each side just for balance and support. If you want to feel that stretch a little more, then take your left hand and grab your left calf, your ankle, or your toe. Nice job. All right. So now let's switch sides. So now it's going to be the right leg is out in front of us at 90 degrees. And then the other leg is going to be at 90, but that left knee is on the ground. And we're going to push that hip forward and feeling that stretch through our hip. Nice job. All right, so now we're going to extend that right leg. So that leg that was in front of us. So extend that right leg, one hand on each side for balance and support. Otherwise, take your right hand and grab either your right calf, your ankle, or your right toe. Nice job. All right, so let's lie on our side and we're going to do our quad stretch. So grabbing the top of your right foot if you're on your right side or doing your right side, otherwise your left side's fine too. And so just keeping that knee in line with the rest of you, feeling that stretch through the front of that upper thigh. Nice job. All right, push that knee back just a little bit. So now it's not going to be in line with the body. It will just be slightly behind that leg that's on the ground. Excellent job. All right, let's switch and do the other side. So again, grabbing the top of your right or your left foot and keeping that knee in line with the right leg. Nice job. So we're now going to take that left knee and we're going to push it back just a little bit, just to feel that stretch in that hip flexor. So that little bend in our hip when we're sitting in a chair, those muscles get tight. Nice job. All right, so release. We're going to sit up and we'll see how well we do at this one, because I will tell you that my flexibility for my hips is not the best, but I'll do what I can. So instead of this whole crisscross applesauce, it's kind of like you're trying to stack your knee on top of the other. So kind of like you think almost like a pretzel. And actually just lean forward for me. So just leaning forward, feeling that stretch through the back of your glutes. So whichever leg that's on top should be the side that you feel it through. So for me, it's going to be my left leg. I feel it through the left side. And now let's come out of that and let's switch sides. So whichever leg that was on top is now going to be on the bottom and vice versa. And then again, lean forward and just reach to what is comfortable to you. So now I feel this on my right side since that right leg is on top of my left. Nice job. All right, so let's come out of that whole kind of twisted pretzel sort of thing. So extend both legs, take your right, bring it over to the outside of your left, and then take your your left arm and bring it to the outside of your right leg and twist. And sitting up tall, feeling that stretch again through the torso. Again, trying to unlock the back and trying to make sure that our spine is moving a little more freely. And now let's switch legs. So now cross that left over the right leg. Take that right arm, bring it to the outside of that left leg and twist. Nice job. All right, so from here, we are going to do a butterfly stretch. So the bottoms of our feet are going to be touching. And so depending on how close you could get it towards you, is totally up to your flexibility. But just pretty much lean forward, feeling the stretch through the inner thigh. And if you want to use your elbows to gently kind of push down on that bottom half of the lower leg. Again, depending on the flexibility. I feel like I used to be flexible or more flexible at one point in my life, but got to keep up on it. Excellent job. All right. So let's go through a chest stretch. Again, it's all about just transitioning into these kind of movements where it flows into one, into the other. So I want you to act like you were getting some sun. So having your hands behind you, like you're working on your tan, and feeling that stretch through the front of your shoulder into your chest. I know it's cloudy, but we can imagine that it's sunny out. Nice job. All right, so we're going to come out of that. We're going to go to a kneeling position. And we're going to do a stretch for the upper back. So I just want you to reach left arm, reaching towards the right side. If it helps, take your right hand and place it on the back of your right calf. If you have a chair or a couch or a desk, something that's level enough to where you can rest that arm that's behind you, if that feels more comfortable. But really extending or reaching that left hand so you feel that stretch. Because otherwise, if you just bend your elbow, you may not notice it as much versus if you really straighten that arm. All right, let's switch and do the other side. So left hand on that left calf, extend that right arm towards the left side, really reach. Just be careful not to overextend. Nice job. All right, so let's finish off. We could stay in this kneeling position, it's fine, as long as we don't have that bend in our front hip. But let's do some neck stretches just to finish it off. So we're going to do small neck circles, going clockwise. So it's chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder. The head leans back, and then left ear to left shoulder, and then chin to chest, making sure we are going through that full range of motion. Nice job. Now go the other direction. Same concept of bringing the ear to the shoulder, head to the back, right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest. Give me 2 more. All right, so let's do one last and final one. So interlock your fingers, and we're just going to reach as high as we can so that we're feeling that stretch through the front. And while we are doing this stretch, I will tell you what we've got tomorrow. So tomorrow is an in-person class, it's cardio circuit, and that is in the morning at 7 o'clock. All right. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Don't work too hard.